Put your hands on your heart and drum. Much that is spoken is unheard. Speak in the language of the heart. Open your hearts and listen. Open your heart and listen. Are you proud of your home? Have you ever shouted out the name of your hometown or state at a gathering, or write it in the Zoom chat? I invite you to write your hometown in the chat right now. It's a great feeling to have a strong sense of place. You become part of the landscape, the environment, the town, feeling its pulse like a living organism. We identify ourselves by our location. Santa Cruzans, Aptosians, Capitolans, Watsonvillians. My friend in Boulder Creek refers to her community as mountain folk. Bumper stickers proudly proclaim, "Keep Santa Cruz weird," or that you've seen the mystery spot. Something special happens when we live in a place for a really long time. I know, because I often grieve for Santa Cruz and the distance between us. In my Davis neighborhood, we are identified as former Santa Cruzans. And I find myself saying back home to mean Santa Cruz, not Davis, where I currently live. I cannot let go of the place I was born, Marin County. I am a true Maronite before it was a haven for the wealthy. And local historians will remind me that I am not a true Santa Cruzan because I was not born here, despite a 30-year residency. It's a privilege to call a place your home. Being born and raised in a single place creates a deep sense of connection. Being the descendant of a person born and raised in that place is even more powerful. Like old growth redwoods or ancient oaks, you've seen and felt in the changes in your places of birth. When you lose those ties, the grief is a loss like no other. Sometimes its brokenness does not heal. All you want and know in your heart is that a return to your home will heal you. Our American culture demands that we own a place. When America began as a nation, it claimed land they saw as empty. When they were proven wrong, they simply removed the residences and put them in places no American valued or wanted. Across the globe, many indigenous tribes were moved off their homelands, lands they occupied for millennia. Imagine what a loss that must have been. That is. According to UNESCO, 80% of the world's biodiversity resides where tribal lands once were. California in particular had rich resources on its coast as well as its valleys. Gold, cinnabar, and oil, commodities of wealth, are also found on tribal lands. Leaving your home by choice is different from having your home taken from you. Choosing to disassociate from your heritage and cultural knowledge in order to embrace a new culture is different from being forced to assimilate a culture you do not want or understand. In fact, judging by the amount of voice we give to independence from assimilation, it's horrifying to see our blindness to the daily assimilation we engage in when we isolate and hurt those who are different from us. That is what colonizing is. Taking away identity, taking away place, taking away home, so that you can do what you want with land or people without permission. In the end, colonization destroys the very environment and rich resources that made us remove indigenous inhabitants and grab it in the first place. Rainforests, wetlands, tundra, lakes and rivers that hold migrating salmon, coastal hills, rolling meadowlands that function as wildlife corridors. We destroy these long-term resources to gain the short-term cash benefiting a single individual. We do not see the value of long-term investment and relationship in the wealth of preservation of biodiversity and ecology. We do not value its stewards, the indigenous tribes who understand how to manage the longevity of these resources. Instead, we see indigenous people as impediments to our short-term needs. We've traded our deep love of place and its long-term caring relationship for the short-term romance of instant gratification. As we grow older, we understand the richness long-term love brings. Long-term love is giving a part of ourselves without expectation of immediate return. It's unconditional, this love, like the love of a parent. Without that nurturing love, we cannot thrive. Without a healthy world, we will not survive. Without a loving community, we sicken and die. Even now, as we shelter in place in this beautiful land, it's taking care of us. We are visited by its local furry and feathered inhabitants. We feel cleaner air. We are astounded by the sudden explosion of wildflowers and greenery where there was none. We are stilled by the lack of car noise. We are humbled by the stunning drop in carbon emissions. Do you love this place? If you love a place, you will care for it. But we've forgotten what it's like to commit to a long-term relationship. We've forgotten how to connect to our home. We need to commit to healthy relationships with our land, to biodiversity, preservation, and expansion, to understand the interdependent web of life for which we are a part. Our blood composition has the same saline values as ocean water, and ocean is 71% of our planet. We are the planet. We are a world family. We need to learn to commit and love each other again. Listen to each other. Care for each other. Open our hearts to the wisdom of our elders. Commit. The result will be health for our world, our families, our communities. It's time, children of Earth, to invest in a long-term relationship with our Great Mother. I have spoken from the heart. May it be heard. May it be felt. May it be understood. Amen. Ashe. Blessed be.